Let us seek out some desolate shade, and there weep our sad bosoms empty.
Let us rather hold fast the mortal sword, and, like good men, bestride our downfall and birthdom.
What I believe I'll rail, what no believe, and what I can redress, as I shall find the time to, friend, I will. This tyrant, whose sole name blisters our tongues, was once thought honest. You have loved him well.
I am not treacherous.
But Macbeth is. A good and virtuous nature may recoil in an imperial charge. But I shall crave your pardon. That which you are, my thoughts cannot transpose.
I have lost my hopes.
Perchance even there, where I did find my doubts. Why in that rawness left you wife and child? Those strong knots of love, those precious motives, without leave-taking. You may be rightly just, whatever I shall think.
Bleed, bleed, poor country. Fare thee well, Lord. I would not be the villain that thou think'st, for the whole space that's in the tyrant's grasp, and the rich east to boot.
Be not offended. I speak not as in absolute fear of you. I think our country sinks beneath the yoke. It weeps, it bleeds, and each new day a gash is added to her wounds. But for all this, when I shall tread upon the tyrant's head or wear it on my sword, yet my poor country shall have more vices than it had before by him that shall succeed.
What should it be?
It is myself, I mean, in whom I know all the particulars of advice, so grafted that when it shall be opened, Black Macbeth will seem as pure as snow.
Not in the legions of horrid hell can come a devil more damned in evils to top Macbeth. But fear not yet to take upon you what is yours. There cannot be that vulture in you to devour so many as will to greatness dedicate themselves, finding it so inclined.
If such a one be fit to govern, speak. I am as I have spoken.
Fit to govern? No, not to live. O nation miserable, with an untitled tyrant bloody sceptred, when shalt thou see thy wholesome days again, since that the truest issue of thy throne by his own interdiction stands accursed, and does blaspheme his breed? Oh, my breast, thy hope ends here.
Macduff, this noble passion, child of integrity, hath from my soul wiped the black scruples, reconciled my thoughts to thy good truth and honor. Devilish Macbeth, by many of these trains, hath sought to win me into his power, and modest wisdom plucks me from over-credulous haste. But God above deal between thee and me, for even now I put myself unto thy direction, and unspeak my own detraction. Here abjure the taints and blames I laid upon myself, for strangers to my nature.
See who comes here, my ever-gentle cousin. Welcome hither.
Sir, amen.
Stand Scotland where it did.
Alas, poor country, almost afraid to know itself. It cannot be called our mother, but our grave, where nothing, but who knows nothing, is once seen to smile.
O relation, too nice and yet too true.
What's the newest grief?
That of an hour's age doth hiss the speaker. Each minute teems a new one.
How does my wife?
Why? Well.
And all my children?
Well too.
The tyrant is not battered at their peace?
No. They were well at peace when I did leave them.
But not a miser of your speech. How ghost?
When I came hither to transport the tidings which I have heavily borne, there ran a rumor of many worthy fellows that were out. Now is the time of help. Your eye in Scotland would create soldiers, make our women fight to doff their dire distresses.
Be it their comfort, we are coming thither. Gracious England hath lent us good Seward and 10,000 men.
Would I could answer this comfort with the like. But I have words that will be howled out in the desert air where hearing should not latch them.
What concern they? The general cause, or is it a fee grief due to some single breast?
No mind that's honest, but in it shares some woe, though the main part of it pertains to you, alone.
If it be mine, keep it not from me. Quickly, let me have it.
Let not your ears despise my tongue forever, which shall possess them with the heaviest sound ever yet they heard.
Oh, I guess it is.
Your castle is surprised. Your wife and babes savagely slaughtered. To relate the manner to the quarry of these murdered deer would add to the death of you.
Merciful heaven. What man? Give sorrow words. The grief that does not speak whispers the o'erfraught heart and bids it break.
My children, too?
Wife, children, servants, all that could be found.
And I must be from thence? My wife killed, too.
I have said.
Be comforted. Let's make us medicines of our great revenge to cure this deadly grief.
He has no children. All my pretty ones? Did you say all? Oh, hellkite. All. What? All my pretty chickens and the dam at one fell swoop?
Dispute it like a man.
I shall do so. But I must also feel it as a man. I cannot but remember such things were that were most precious to me. Did heaven look on and would not take their part? Oh, sing for Macduff! They were all struck for thee. Not that I am, not for their own demerits, but for mine fell slaughter on their souls. Heaven rest them now.
Be this the whetstone of your sword. Let grief convert to anger. Blunt not the heart, enrage it.
Oh, I could play the woman with mine eyes and brag it with my tongue. But, gentle heavens, cut short all intermission. Front to front, bring thou this fiend of Scotland and myself within my sword's length set him. If he scape, heaven forgive him too.
This tune goes manly. Come go we to the king. Our power is ready. Our lack is nothing but our leave. Macbeth is ripe for shaking, and the powers above put on their instruments. Receive what cheer you may. The night is long that never finds the day.